Yo, we out here with that WaveCast, my
What's good, dog? We back.
Yes,
Meta-drip, WaveCast. Man, back out here with my dog, bro.
We does
what is
this.
good, man?
I'm chilling, bro. What about yourself?
Bro, motherfucking same, bro.
Amen.
Motherfucking same, bro.
Amen.
Shit's blessed out here, bro. Shit's blessed, you know what I'm saying?
Big boys.
All about the perspective, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know how
there,
we do,
done that,
bro.
you feel me?
You know how we do, bro. Always
Been there, done that.
positive perspective out here. Peep that last WaveCast perspective. Find it on my YouTube channel. Shameless promotion. We does that. You feel me?
1,000. Hey, if they're here, they're gonna want to hear that. You feel me? That's
100%.
it. That's it. But yeah, dog. So today we had a crazy topic. My dog Ike actually pitched this with the underhand. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Bro, we're gonna talk about COVID, Black Lives Matter, aka the current events of 2020.
Woo.
Man,
2020,
I know.
man.
God, 2020 has been a trip, bro.
I'm saying,
2020
dog.
has been a trip, bro. I kept telling myself at the beginning, like at the very beginning, bro, whenever I work out, bro, I'd be like, yo, I feel like 2020 is testing season, bro.
Bro, 2020 is the year of the great awakening, bro. So many people is about to wake up to all the BS we've been fed for so many years, bro. Like,
man,
all
it's
that
happening
shit,
right now.
100,000%, bro. Like,
I mean, I was actually talking to someone, and she said something real cool. She said that it was that in 2020 there was a shift, and
Yep.
I found that a cool way of explaining that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
a
yeah.
shift.
a
But
huge
yeah,
shit.
man. Where do we start? You know what I'm saying? I want to
You
say,
know.
bro, I want to say to myself before we even go any further, like, just be careful with what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because
Man.
I feel like there are so many different ways to think about everything that it's like, I know you can't make everybody happy, but I don't want to say something that I don't exactly mean. You feel me?
I feel you on that. But right now, actually, not even right now. The past few, I don't even know how long I've been on fuck anybody else's thoughts. This how I feel. I'm gonna say that shit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that.
you feel me?
Okay, so you don't mind ruffling some feathers, pissing some people off, you know what I'm saying?
This is the bird cage. I'm ruffling all the feathers, bro. I'm taking my hands, bro. I'm finding all the feathers in that hoe, and I'm ruffling all them hoes. They gonna be flying, bro.
The only thing about that, bro, is that can, I mean, in my opinion, that can make unnecessary enemies. Just, you know.
I feel that to a certain extent, but it's like I can't control how other people feel. They not gonna be my enemy. I might be their enemy, but nobody's my enemy. I ain't gonna be like, you my enemy. You feel me?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes,
But yeah,
sir.
no, I mean, you're right, because it does come down to choosing a side, you know, a lot of the time, huh?
That's deep.
Is that what you'd say?
I mean, honestly, we've been like, even that's a program. That whole us versus
Tell
them,
me more. Look
them
at
versus us, this versus that, competition, and it's like, nah, we all just individual expressions of the creator expressing it ourselves through different vessels.
See,
and
but the craziest thing is, though, okay, there are some vessels, quote unquote, you want to say vessels, there are some vessels who just believe in something that is so, you know, parallel or like, you know, to me, wrong. You know, we can look at the Black Lives Matter conversation for a second. You know what I'm saying?
What's up?
You know, like, of course, there's a side and a great, I want to say, majority of people who understand and feel and agree that, you know, everyone has the same amount of worth regardless of your skin color. You feel me? Like, this amount of people over here has reached a consciousness and understanding where it's like, yeah, we all get that. But there's still, you know, vessels, as you just put it, that, you know, are stuck in a different way. You feel me? Stuck in their own little way. And, bro, actually, you know, I want you to be able to talk on that, bro. What you got to say about that?
I see 100,000% what you're saying. Like, it's definitely some people that it's like, it don't matter what happens, I'm always gonna hate black people, or I'm always gonna hate white people. And it's like,
right.
And it's like, look, That's their own deal, bro. That's how their consciousness chose to express itself in this lifetime, and that has nothing to do with me. Like,
facts.
Like at the end of the day,
well, see, and that's another thing, bro. Like the higher ups. What about the people who are like have the money? You know what I'm saying? Because that's really a lot of what. Because did you see President Trump's type tweets? Have you seen the way that he's talking about this shit, bro? Like that man's got power. You know what I'm saying? You would think. I would like to think.
I'm so glad you asked that question, because that is really what all of this comes down to. People are over here giving their power to other individuals based on a psychological, basically, trap. You know what I'm saying?
I can see what you're saying there. I can see what you're saying there, and I'd like to say that I'm not giving, it's not me. It's not all about me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not. Right. You're saying people in general. But I'd like to say, I'm seeing what you're saying. And, like, I'm not saying that I'm giving him my power. I guess, you see what I'm saying. You see the difference.
I'm not talking about that point. I'm talking about the point, how people are out here protesting in the streets, trying to bang the door down and be like, change the laws. I'm like, first of all, each individual is their own governor. If you decide that what these people write down on the pieces of paper in their Capitol buildings and whatnot as the fact of your life, then you're simply just handing away your own power. If people just changed their minds and was like, okay, in my world, I don't fuck with that. I don't agree with this, so I'm not going to allow that in my world. You feel me? Right. And if somebody crosses that in my world, then I will take it upon myself to render the justice. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. I like what you just said, bro, because that was a completely other question that I was going to ask in a different conversation. Okay. So if you've got a certain belief and someone else has a certain belief that is, completely contradictory towards yours, and they come into your reality trying to, I don't know, bring some type of malice with their belief, you said something along the lines of, it's up to me to bring that justice. Exactly. Do you believe that, like, we can act as someone else's karma?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
God damn.
that is facts, bro.
My dog, bro.
That's why I say this. This is all an issue of where the power lies, and the true power lies for every individual, every blade of grass, every tree. Lies within the entity itself. Like that's the thing that a lot of people are getting messed up, because our whole lives we've been programmed that the power is always outside of us. Our teachers were the power, our parents are the power, you know what I'm saying, our job, our boss is the power. I mean, the higher ups, the president.
I'd like to say, or I'd like to just interject with, I see what you're saying as far as, like, every individual is, the governor of his own world. And exactly. like kind of there you're saying we should start with ourselves, right?
100 million, 1,000, trillion, and every other illion %. Yes.
Which is like that's like a huge it always comes back to that in our podcast. I'm loving it, bro. I'm loving it. But the thing that I want to say is, it's okay, I'll give an example, bro. The other day I was kicking it with my bro. I know. Remember he came down.
That's a cool
name.
Came
down South by Southwest. I know, bro.
Oh yeah, I do know him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You have so many names for this guy.
Facts, bro. Facts.
Hey, shout out him if you hear this.
Shout out, I know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, bro, I was kicking it with him, and we was vibing in my car, bro, and like we was leaving, and as soon as we was leaving, like a cop pulled up going the opposite direction of us, and he didn't turn on his sirens or anything right there, but like we pulled over to his house. And he was about to get out because I was dropping him off, and he dropped something in my back seat. He was getting it out, and the cop had he was peeking, like watching us. And I turned on my emergency lights, and he came over and straight up pulled us over, or like he turned on his lights right there, bro. Yo. Like some crazy shit. Like what? Like who are you to be pulling us over? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and I think it's gonna be awesome, this situation, bro. I'm actually going into detail as far as what I learned from this and what I saw. So what happened was, the cop came over to me. You know, he asked me for my driver's license. I was like, you know, here's my driver's license. He was like, you know, what's going on? Like, are you afraid because you've got drugs? You know, that was like the first question this white cop asked me. You got drugs? Like, are you scared because you've got drugs? I was like, no.
He was probably itching his neck too. You got drugs.
Exactly, bro. You know, and that's part of the issue that I'm talking about, is like the higher ups having the power. But I want to say this just for the Black Lives Matter conversation and what I saw through this experience. So, you know, I'm looking in my rear view mirror. He takes my driver's license. I look in my rear view mirror, and it's just I know, and he's talking to the cops. There's like 3 cops, bro. You know, and I'll go the long story short. Basically, what this man did was he pulled out his phone. And he told the cop, I'm getting on Instagram Live. You're racist for pulling us over. You're profiling me. Like, who are you to be pulling me over? I wasn't doing nothing wrong. And, you know, this is some crazy energy that I would never bring to no fucking cop. You know, I've never heard of anyone doing this, which is the craziest shit to me, which is why I want to say it, bro. You know, he's like, you're on Instagram Live, you know, this is the cop, he pulled us over for no reason, we weren't even doing anything wrong, he's racist, this guy's racist. And like, he from what he told me from his perspective, because I didn't live his perspective. I was in the car, he was outside of the car, you know what I'm saying? I didn't live his perspective, but he told me about his perspective, bro. And from his perspective, he made it sound like the cop didn't want that label of racist, because it actually means something now through the movement, that if you are labeled a racist as a cop, they can actually take they can take action against you, bro. And that's one thing that I see coming from the Black Lives Matter that I've actually seen in person from a real life example, you know, that is, you know, positive coming out of that situation.
Sheesh. Yeah, I mean, same, like, bro. Yeah, once the people realize that we really hold the power, like, and we've really just been like just giving it to people this whole time, like the police and, you know, government officials. Like, we've literally just been like, here's our power, please take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wild. But like, we were kind of born into that shit.
You were kind of born into that shit. It's like a million of us. Have you ever seen that movie Ants?
Bro, I've actually seen that meme coming through on my timeline.
Bro, that was facts, bro.
Bro, that's funny as fuck. I feel like everybody's seen that shit, bro. That shit fire, bro. Shout
out my boy Z, bro. He knows, bro. That boy, he was like, yo, it's a million of us. It's like 10 generals, bro. What? We taking these down, what? Like,
wild.
What do you mean?
Wow. But yeah, bro, so like, right now, like, we're shooting for that reform, and basically what you're saying is the fact, but people kind of had to take to the streets in order to do something to show the government, like, hey, this is what we want. You know, we the people who have the power, we want this. Like, we want you to stop killing black people for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
this is what I got to say about that.
Just stop killing us, bro. Just stop killing us.
This is what I got to say about that.
Let's hear it, Doc.
Like, black people are killed by the police every day. White people are killed by the police every day. Mexican people are killed by the police every day. Everybody is killed by people every day. Black people kill other black people every day.
Broski, you know? Broski, I'm going to have to stop you right there, bro. I'm going to have to stop you right there. Because those white shooters, bro, there's been multiple times where the white shooters get just escorted out of their house.
I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Where George Floyd, you know, I don't know the exact details, but I heard that he was, it was like he had counterfeit money. I don't know how it led to him being on the ground with a knee on his neck, hard as fuck while he's saying I can't breathe until, and he dies from the shit. Like, why are school shooters not beat the shit out of that instant by the cops? Why is anyone beat the shit out that instant by the cops?
But
why is anyone?
Let me tell you, bro.
Let's hear it.
And like I was about to finish the statement. All those things happen, right? The thing that is different between all those things that are going on every day and is what they decide to blow up, is what they decide to give to the public, is the information.
I mean, to an extent.
But
do you
listen,
think so, bro?
But listen. I promise you, way worse things are going on right now than what happened to George Floyd. I promise you. In prisons,
in the U.S.
1,000%. In prison,
like
the story.
Regular cops.
Okay.
Not prison.
I have a relative.
I think prison is horrible. Bro. Okay. We don't even want to go down that path.
Exactly.
I think prison is fucked.
And that's you're not telling on TV. You're telling me exactly. You're telling me there's a lot of prisoners that are in prison that are innocent, yet they're still getting, you know what I'm saying, destroyed. Right, you feel me?
Right.
So it's like, my point is, the only reason there is this uproar, there is this huge protest going on, everyone's all in their emotions. The only reason this happened is because the media decided to give to blow this story up, just like COVID. That's why I wanted to bring these two together. That is why I wanted to talk about these two together, is because everyone, and even before COVID, the World War III thing, but the reason everyone be having this roller coaster of emotions is because the media, which is owned by very few people that own all the media that is shown to the public,
I mean, a good majority
is controlling, exactly, but they're controlling the narrative,
for sure,
of the world. You know what I mean? And they're controlling everyone's emotions. So it's like, what's really happening here is that the people who are running the media have their own agenda as to what they want to happen in the world, and everyone is playing right into their hands. Like this whole protest thing, do you know why they had bricks placed in, like, just like, why are there bricks here? You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
And there were like bricks randomly placed all around cities where they were doing protests, as if they wanted the protesters to go pick up I promise you, bro, you can go look it up yourself.
Yeah, I wish that we had some way of looking it up, bro. I feel like as we grow,
we gotta bring actual websites.
We're gonna have some cool ass shit, bro. We're gonna have some cool ass shit. You've seen Joe Rogan, right? You've seen that Joe,
yeah.
Right? And he has like a screen right there. Like, I feel like that'd be cool as shit. But anyways, bro,
write that down. We gotta keep that.
right.
But yes, man. Shit. So and there, this whole thing was a huge setup. Do you know how many people were arrested because of these protests? They arrested so many protesters, and actually I've
heard of that.
A lot worse things happened as a result of these protests than the actual incident of what happened to George Floyd, and what's happening to so many Americans and so many people. It's like across the world there is terrible shit. They literally just picked one thing, blew it up, gave it to everybody, knew the exact reaction everyone would have, go protest in the streets.
Honestly, wait. I feel like it's not every day that there is a black man with a knee pressed on his neck being recorded by multiple people. The phones, like, just an idea I want to be able to play with is just the way that I've been thinking about it is, in the past there has been a ton of fuck shit. Like, there were lynchings, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And like, but there were no phones. There was not a phone and video and like Facebook to connect everybody. Right. And now we all see a cop on this man, and we all basically watched him die, you know what I'm saying, because of the fact that we have video, and right. I'm not saying I can definitely feel like, you know, whether or not this was maybe started or not by, you know, the media, that you know, they've picked it up. You know, it's definitely been something that's been picked up and broadcasted over COVID. It's almost like there was COVID, you know, you can just imagine like the word COVID, and then like you put tape, you know, over COVID, and then you write, you know, this, you know, George Floyd killing. You know,
and then there's gonna be another thing, and another thing, and another thing.
High key,
which is coming to the point that I'm trying to make about this. That I was trying to round off this whole point to. So
it's all gonna come around.
Exactly. So where I was getting to when I was saying that, like the protest was all planned. They had all kinds of like. What do you call these people? Like people that would incite the looting and people that would, you know what I'm saying? Like
I heard of that.
Yes,
I heard that the cops were looting.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
crazy
I heard the cops
stuff,
were looting.
bro.
I heard that there were people in there paying people to loot.
Yes,
like I heard that there were dudes walking around like, hey, I'll pay you $100 to like do this to this.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like,
and do you know why?
I mean, so they destroy their own city. You know what I'm saying? That's
one reason. But for the same reason as COVID, the more they can blow these stories up and get people in fear, the more they can offer people a quote unquote solution that takes away more liberties and more rights. So people gradually, slowly give up more and more of their power to these quote unquote imaginary authoritarian figures. So as time goes along, it's like, here, we'll give y'all a problem, and then y'all freak out and act exactly as we expect y'all to, and then we're gonna come through with the solution, and y'all gonna be like, oh, thank you guys, we will give you more of our power. Oh yeah, we'll stay at home, we'll lock ourselves in the house, we'll get these vaccines. Oh yeah, we'll let the military let the military run the streets. Like,
you wanna know a big ooh.
Yes, bro. Ooh. Yes.
I mean, but this is the thing, bro. This is the thing. No one wants the military running the streets, bro. And let's go further, bro. The thing that I love is, like, how old are you, bro?
Who, me?
Yes.
I like to keep my age disclosed.
That's 1,000, bro. You're infinite. You know what I'm saying? But we're young. We are two young men who understand, you know. I mean, you understand it, and you know, I've heard of this, but you are spreading awareness to me, and through this podcast, we're spreading awareness to others. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure there are other people who have heard of this. The thing that I love, bro, is it seems like it's coming down to, like, I mean, maybe it's not coming down. Maybe I don't want to use those big words, but it's like the information age and people being able to share knowledge and people being able to grow faster and hear things from each other quicker, you know, could be a downfall of these media people who are, you know, trying to do all that bullshit. You feel me?
Yes. And right now we haven't reached the critical mass yet, but we're getting closer and closer every day. Right now,
what does that mean?
The critical mass is basically more people listen to the media, CNN, MSNBC, blah, 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 and all that, than independent journal sources such as people on YouTube and what's not. But it's coming to a point where more people are going to start listening to independent journalists on YouTube and blah, 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 and all these other sites.
Yes.
Which
is what we're so blessed
media.
for, bro. We're so blessed to have Facebook, YouTube, Instagram because of the fact that everyone has a voice.
That's true, but there's a huge but to that.
Let's hear it.
And Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that, they have their own controls. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, they have their own. They censor hell of stuff, bro. Like, there's information out here that has been released. And there's stuff that's
not censored.
Exactly. There is stuff that's not censored, but there's a whole lot of stuff that's censored, bro. I know of so many YouTube channels that their videos just get taken down, and they were spitting some facts on them. Like, wow. I was like, well, because how I know things are true or like how I feel the resonance of truth when I hear truth or see truth is,
which is a thing.
Exactly. It's like it's literally a feeling, like, and it wasn't until I started meditating and being in nature, feeling quote unquote true vibes, you know what I mean, and not you know what I'm saying, TV vibes and phone screen vibes, but just natural vibes that there's so much truth in nature, you know what there's so much truth coming from the sun, that energy, that energy of just of purity, you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying when you sit there, are you hearing stuff?
It's not that I'm hearing things, it's just that I'm able to pick up the resonance of truth. That is the best way I can describe it. Like I can pick up,
and it's peaceful, huh?
Exactly. So
facts.
So what I mean, so that the reason I'm saying that is that there are so many YouTube channels and stuff that I know were telling the truth, but they were being labeled as conspiracies, blah blah blah, and YouTube would like take down their videos. That's how I knew that really made it even more true, the fact that YouTube was taking down their stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sucks.
Exactly. So it made me realize
sucks that there are always going to be people with that much power, huh?
Exactly.
Or at least that there are at the moment,
at the present time, until you know somebody
which brings us back full circle, bro. I want to talk, you know, I want to say this, bro. Right. You say everyone's got their own power, but then if we want to upload on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, this person's got the power. And like that's when all of us come together and tell this person like, hey, quit doing this shit. That's, you know, which is kind of what quote unquote, we want to say quote unquote, that's what the protests are, right, you know, that's, you know.
Oh, but I'm glad you said that. Go ahead, and I'm gonna come back.
I mean, bro, I want you to say what you want to say. The thing is, bro, the reason I'm saying quote unquote, bro, is just like I said at the very beginning, bro. I personally don't want to say nothing that I don't, you know what I'm saying, that I don't mean. But anyways, all right, go ahead, bro. What you got to say?
So yes, we can talk to YouTube all we want. We can be like, hey, don't do this. But at the end of the day, they still own the platform. And it's the same thing with this government and stuff. Like at the end of the day, not even the people that we see are really running. The people that we see on TV are figureheads, like our knights and pawns and rooks. Fuck. The real kings and queens, they're way behind the scenes. And some, I hate to be this guy, are not even human, bro. like
you think, yeah, bro, you're that guy. You're that guy. Bro, I need buttons, bro. I need buttons with sound effects, bro. I'm interested though, bro. This is the type of shit I'm interested in though. So, you know, I'm gonna take a sip, you know, of this drink, and you go ahead and tell me, you know, as quick as you can, what the fuck you talking about, bro.
All right, so let me tell you, first of all, let me explain how I figured this stuff out and how any human that I know of, I'm not sure how other humans work, but I know how I work. You know what I mean? Thanks. So like what I do is I realized like everything is connected. All is one. And once you tap into this field of oneness, you can take information from any point in the entire universe. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you have to have good intent? What are the stipulations to that?
I don't even think that, first of all, there's no good and evil. There's only just isness. But
I mean, nah, bro, there has to be good and evil, bro.
I don't think so, man.
What about Hitler, bro?
See, even him in his version of consciousness, in his shell of consciousness, he probably thought that the stuff he was doing was right. And just my best example for this was the lion and the gazelle. To the gazelle, the lion is an evil motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like he's like, yo, we see these guys, we got to run. I'm
saying they trying to eat us alive, bro.
Me? But to the lions, the gazelles are like a gift from God. Just like, oh, we can finally eat. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, oh man.
Wow.
That's why I realized this was one of the biggest realizations I ever had in my life. Like, it made me just stop judging stuff. And just once I stopped just judging stuff as good or evil, bad or good, blah, 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 and I just was like, this is how it is. This, if plain and simple, it just is. Everything is just existence. Everything is simply existing. One day, people will be talking about global warming, this and that, protect the planet. But one day, this earth is going to be gone. And I realize that. I don't know how it's going to happen. You know what I mean? But but who are we to say that that's a good or evil thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, everything it just is. Like, that is the most peaceful, most calming position to view everything as. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
I can see that.
once we start saying this is evil, this is good, this is, you know what I'm saying? Like, it puts the mind. It puts you in the mind and away from the soul. Because once you realize that all is one.
What about racism?
Even that, like, for some reason, the universe allowed that to happen. And
why?
You know,
pissed, bro. That's a whole nother. Why? You know, that's a whole nother conversation. Like,
you know,
what the fuck?
That's a great question to ask, bro.
Like Hitler, bro, and that's a big thing. Like that type of thing right there is something that I've really been thinking about a lot lately. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Is the fact that the universe will allow Hitler, the universe will allow racism.
Yep.
The universe has allowed slavery. It's like, yo. You gotta keep the blicky on me. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
You gotta keep the blicky on me. Keep the doors locked. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep the shotty on me, bro. Keep the shotty in the house. Blicky on the chest. You feel me? Like,
but
keep the gang on
there's
deck.
a big caveat. There's a big caveat to that. Now, yes, I think all of these things are properties that of the universe allowing free will. So we're basically all the creator. We're all individual expressions of the creator expressing itself from infinite different perspectives to experience its own creation. You know what I'm saying? And
so I'm gonna have to rewind that.
Okay.
Keep going.
And the creator wants to have a full experience, which means
a full
exactly a full experience, as in every array of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? From just anything that could possibly happen, the creator wants to experience its own creation. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like that also brought, that realization also brought me a lot of peace, because it's like, no matter what happens in our lives, we can be like, you know, this is just an experience. That's all we're doing here. All we're here to do is experience. All we're here to do is to
the
be.
Story.
Exactly.
Okay. So you're saying all we're here to do is live the story, right?
Right.
But it also comes down to a point of it comes down to the point of the power that we have is in the now. Okay, so when we say the power that we have is in the now, that makes it, we're the ones in control. We can either decide to do the work,
absolutely,
boss the fuck up, put in the long nights,
yep,
you know, visualize, learn, take the time to ourselves, whatever else it takes for you to actualize yourself, or we cannot.
Exactly. Exactly. And neither is good or bad. Neither is all about what you want to experience, or what you are what you want to experience. Actually, that's exactly what it is. It's just
so like what you as in per person, like each person is deciding what they're experiencing. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly.
I mean, but there's a lot of things we can't control. A lot of things we can't control.
Absolutely. Actually, so like, all we can control is our own perspective, is our own, and the universe does everything else. The universe outside of us is reacting to us. But here's the key. The reason that information is so powerful is that it works inside out. As in, the way you are inside is the reality you experience on the outside. So what the media does and what all these things do is get you to feel a certain way inside, which causes you to manifest the world on the outside. And if everybody's manifesting this same existence that they put. That's why the media and all types of narratives are so powerful, because if you can get all these people to manifest the reality of your choosing, you control them. Exactly. You control so much more of the world than the average entity. You know what I'm saying?
But like, also what 2020 is doing, bro, is like there's so many more people who can understand that, like, man, this is bullshit.
Yes. Amen. Finally. Like,
finally. Right. But we say finally, bro, but you know, and then we say, oh, the power's within ourselves, the power's in the people, you know, but there's a select group of people who have such, you know, it's not to be debated that these people have power. Donald Trump has power. You can't debate that. That man literally cleared out an entire alleyway of people using his militia, and then strolled across like nothing was wrong. That's power, bro. If I can go to the store and buy enough food for me, my sister, and my dad, you know what I'm saying? That's power. I mean, and maybe it doesn't have to be food, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it doesn't have to be food, but, you know.
I see what you're saying. And I think the degrees of consciousness that we all have is like, the more conscious and the more consciousness an entity has, the more it has an ability to create and influence its reality. So
yes,
for example,
I love that.
Yes,
I love that.
For example, a blade of grass has a very small consciousness in comparison to us. You know what I mean? Because that blade of grass has less influence.
I mean, even a dog or a cat.
Exactly, bro.
You know, and then let's bring it back, bro. Let's bring it back to someone who's plugged in to the media. You know, they have less power to control their reality than us.
Facts. Exactly, bro. It's crazy, man. It's all a spectrum. But the interesting part of this whole journey is that we can continue to raise our consciousness, and we can continue to gain, quote unquote, what you call power, but I call influence over ourselves and our reality. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And one thing I want to make sure is that influence over yourself and your reality is not equal sign to like monetary wealth.
Oh yeah, 100%. First of all, money is also an illusion. Like, I just want people to understand that money is like.
No, that's crazy, bro. That's money ain't no damn illusion, bro.
What do you mean?
Buy this and that, bro.
Okay, but that's only because it's a concept in our minds. We've all agreed as a human species that the dollar is valuable. But I promise you, if you go and try and give that dollar,
but there has to be something, bro. There has to be something. It could be dollars, bro. It could be dollars. It could be squeegees. It could be notebooks. You know what I'm saying? There has to be some means of trade between people. That way, I'm not having to trade my jacket for some oil. You feel me?
I 100% understand you. But what I'm trying to say is, when the people who control that means of exchange have their, like the same way with the media, the fact that they have this thing that they have created called the US dollar that everyone is putting their attention on, and everyone's putting their
giving
focus
their
on.
power to.
Exactly. They have more control over the reality, which is, it's all a game of consciousness. You know what I'm saying? The people who created
the
money.
Craziest thing is, bro, how is it, you know, how you know, these people have had such control for so long, bro. How will the shift come about? You know, how is that possible for like the people to actually get the upper hand now? You feel me?
It's extremely possible.
That's so far. I feel like that's so far.
I don't think so at all. I actually think it's coming way sooner than you think. Like,
they're not gonna let that go without a fight, bro.
Oh yeah, the fight is literally happening as we speak. COVID, what's his name?
The
George
fight
Floyd,
is literally happening as we speak.
World War III.
I love that.
It's going down, bro. Like, it's going down. Like,
right now.
Exactly.
2020, huh?
Exactly.
Whew.
And literally all it takes is a shift in perspective. Like the instant people are like, just like fashion trends, when people are like, oh, sweaters are in, oh, nah, sweaters are out. It's the same way people can be like, oh, the US dollar is in.
Racism's out.
Exactly. Racism's in. Racism's out.
Facts, racism's out, bro. Like, in all honesty, that's what they're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to get rid of racism, but there's no way to necessarily get rid of racism without often those people. They're not just going to change their mind by their own accord. You know, maybe we can just put all the racists over there. You know what I'm saying?
Over there.
Type shit for real. Like, all y'all motherfuckers just go over there. You feel me? Till you die. Like, straight up.
Hey, see? But that's the problem the problem everybody's facing right now. Is everybody's trying to control somebody else. You know what everybody out here is trying to control the laws that are controlling other people that are controlling.
I mean, bro, like, if you're a black man, I mean, I'm a black man. If I'm talking about like a straight dark-skinned black male, like walking through a white neighborhood, like, you're gonna be judged. You're gonna be like, and that's something that I just feel bad about. Like, you know, like those black cops are gonna motherfucking try to kill. You know what I'm saying? Bro, maybe, you know, they're gonna have less.
First of all,
those white cops, excuse me,
the fear
white
of death,
racist cops.
The fear of death has been programmed into everybody. I already told you this, but like, literally, we can die and come back tomorrow. like,
whoa,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
wait, what?
I said,
like, that's a possibility,
yes,
or what?
Our souls are infinite. Like, we can literally die and start a new life the next day. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why once you.
So do you think we've all died before?
Yes. 1,000%. So
do you think we've died in this life and then we just came back to like keep living?
I'm not even my old self anymore. Like the me from 4 or 5 years ago is like, who's this guy?
I see that. You know, they said the human body does that too, right?
Exactly. Facts, bro. That's why there's literally no reason to be afraid of death. The fear of death is programmed, one, through our physical bodies, because our physical bodies, contrary to popular belief, has its own agenda, has its own consciousness, has its own
that's wild. I be hearing it say I'm hungry and shit.
Exactly. And it like, our soul and our physical bodies are separate things that are coexisting. Like, this is like, just like we get in our cars. Like, our car has its own engine, has its own check engine light, has its own gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's its own thing. And us driving it, we're our own thing. Same thing. Like,
but we're responsible for taking care of it, though. We're responsible for taking care of our car.
Absolutely. But if that car crashes, what do? We go buy another car. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that is the wildest thing I ever heard. That is wild as fuck. So if our car crashes, we're just gonna go buy another car. God bless.
And ain't no work like that, bro. Experience the road. Exactly, bro.
Wild, bro. And like, honestly, you never run out of things. I mean, it's infinite. Like, you just go into another life at another time.
Exactly. Another planet, and another galaxy, whatever. Like, or just chill with Source for a while, and just decide not to experience anything, and just be energy for a little bit.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Where's the fun though, bro? Where's the fucking slip and slide and shit?
Oh yeah. You can come back.
I don't know, bro. Just because it's like, fuck, bro. Like, there's suffering. There's such suffering all the time, bro. Every day.
That's a great topic. Suffering. Now,
I can write it down. Do you want to talk about it right now, or do you want to like end this podcast? Or do you want to wrap it up? Because I mean, we're getting far. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
it's like 42 minutes. You're right, man. We've been talking on this.
But yeah, man. I mean, when we bring it all back, bro, what it seems like is, a big thing that we've talked about is, an understanding that we've came about is like, first of all, our power is within. The power is ours. You know what I'm saying? The power is ours as the people, and it's possible. Something that we'd like you to look into is the thought that what the media is controlling things, huh? Like that the media is trying to create a problem, make us freak out, and then present us with a solution.
Yep. And it's not the media per se. The media is a tool to do this. Like there are entities that I like to say entities because some are. I guarantee you, some of them are not human. But
what does that even mean, though, bro?
What do you mean?
Like, what are they, and like, where are they from? I guess you can't say where they're from, but I'm
not that advanced as to where I can see these motherfuckers.
Then that would mean that like we're screwed as it is.
No, not at all.
Because why should they? If there are some other extraterrestrial life forms in control of our fucking shit, then they got here first. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. They did. Some of them didn't get here first. So what? We gonna take the AK to their face or what? Like, God could bless, bro. I don't know if it's that simple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, I'm afraid
listen,
of that.
No. all it is not giving your power away. And the number one tactic used to make people give their power away, especially in the physical realm, is fear. That's why I tell everyone to as whatever you do, always move out of love. Do not move out of fear, because once you start moving out of fear, you're automatically controlled by anything that has more energy. You're automatically like a subject to anything that is vibrating above that's extremely low vibration of fear. Like, it's all about energy. Everything is energy everything. So when people are in fear, they are an extremely low vibrational energy. So anything above them, anything with higher energy, i.e. more consciousness, can do whatever they want.
Fuck with their mind, right? All right, real quick for the viewers, bro. So say someone's in that low fear energy, real quick. Boom. How we getting out of that, real quick?
Love.
How we raising our energy? That's the best way. Love what? Like, love whatever is giving you that fear.
Become the
energy.
Need
more than that.
Become the energy of love. How I describe this energy is when the heart is light, because our heart is the most electromagnetically powerful organ in our bodies.
I mean, that sounds good, bro. Let's get something practical. Like, say someone is afraid of death. Okay, they're afraid of death. What the fuck, bro?
They realize
help them out. You know what I'm saying?
That death is simply the end of the current movie, and you're going to the next theater. There's nothing. It's just, that was a nice experience.
But what if they're afraid they're gonna die? They're afraid they're gonna die in this certain way. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna say? Like, how can someone elevate their energy? Like what? They can do a workout and they can focus on thoughts that build them.
Exactly.
Shit, that's simple enough.
Meditation, eating well, hanging around people that give you positive, happy vibrations.
Search for people that give you good vibration. I can't even say how much that has pushed me forward in my life in different ways. When I've hit walls, other people have been ones to lift me over them. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out other people. I love other people.
Shout out other people, man. Shout out other people. So, like, that's a big deal. Make sure you hang around the right people, fam. You know what I'm saying? We trying to be the right people. You know what I'm saying? We trying to give y'all something of value. You feel me? And that's that, bro. You got anything else left to say, dog?
Nah, bro. That was a great WaveCast, bro. We give them.
Super dap, bro. I'm at a drip. WaveCast in this bitch. Super dap, bro. Stay cool out in H-Town, dog. I'm gonna hold down the A.
Stay blessed, stay loved. Wave Squad, deuce.
1000.